and that's the Civic SI. Dreesen here again over at Commonwealth Motors, introducing to you guys not just any regular Civic, but the Civic SI. Now, me personally, I'm a huge fan of these small, speedy little cars, and I can tell you for a fact this thing is quick. So for all of those looking for, a fast toy car to get, but aren't ready just to jump into the Type R, this is the perfect middle range for you, because this is definitely a lot faster than the regular Civic, but it's not going to be as extreme as the Civic Type R. So what's cool with this Civic is actually, which came out before the Type R, I have to mention, is the first Civic to come turbocharged from Honda directly from the factory. For those that know a lot about the Hondas and the Civics and what people like to do with them, these cars are notorious to be modified. And Honda pretty much gave us the perfect solution to a lot of the modifications people do. Now, looking with this model, we do have a 2017 coupe, turbocharged, 205 horsepower, and 192 foot-pounds of torque. So now for those that also have known the SIs for all the amount of time and how rev happy these cars are, there's a distinct difference with this car with it being turbocharged. It doesn't rev out as much as it used to. This car's rev limit is actually 6,500 RPM compared to a lot of even the older style, which ran up to 8,000 RPM. So you are seeing a huge difference in how you're gonna drive this vehicle, but the turbo makes all of the difference. Now looking with the new model, they stick with the actual new Civic redesign, but even made it look a lot more aggressive. So as you can see with the SI model, you're gonna actually have the front black chrome, and I said it's blacked out in this case. So you get that piano black finish going on there, helping it look a lot more aggressive. As well with the coupe, now the sedan and the coupe are actually different on how the bumper is shown. In this case, the coupe has a little bit more of aggressive for the age range that it's reaching to hit. As you can see with this model, fully loaded with the fog lights. And as we go around, the machine alloyed wheels. Now in this case, when we look at these bad boys, we are looking at some 18-inch wheels right here. Perfect and nice look to give it that racer look, but still show that upscale and luxury quality that Honda's all about. As we continue to go around, like I said earlier, this is the coupe, but this is also a fully loaded coupe. Sunroof right up on top. You get the shark fin antenna right behind it. And what's awesome with this one actually has part of the aero package on it. As you can see with the rear of this Civic SI, Honda spared no expense in giving you that racer feel and look, while also keeping that upscale vibe with it at the same time. So you do have the aero wing up on back. And a new thing for Honda is, guys, this is the rear exhaust. It's actually right in the sensor. So this is actually a design that you'll see within the regular Civics, but the SI only puts out more with it because it's also part of the rear diffuser. Backup camera as well, which is a must nowadays. Now again, 205 horsepower, so that's gonna be more than enough power for a lot of the guys that are looking to jump themselves into this thing. And believe me, very easy to control, and it won't get out of hand. And Honda makes sure with a lot of the technology that this is not gonna be a car that you just randomly lose control over. So for the younger guys that maybe want to grab an SI, don't worry. They'll take care of you, and it's definitely manageable. Now, awesome with this SI, same thing, keyless entry. Don't have to take out your key. Just pop the button, get in right inside. Now, this is a model that we are preparing to sell, so you're still going to see some of the plastic on it. But as you can see with the SI, you get a nice Alcantara type feel with the red stitching around. And they spare no expense and even do it on the seats as well. Now for those that are new to the SI, if you notice, SI is badged everywhere around this vehicle. And it actually signifies sport injected. So as you can see and get the feel, this is definitely the sportier model. You have these bucket style seats, which actually hug and keep you really good, especially on the lumbar support. So, I'm a little bit of a bigger guy, but it seats me in, it snugs me in good, not uncomfortable, and lumbar support is amazing. So you definitely feel no back pain with this as well. Now keep in mind, guys, since this is the sport injected model, 6-speed manual only. So now what does that signify? That signifies that you're going to be able to get not only amazing speed, but you're also going to get really great gas mileage because of the 6-speed. And now one other thing to note too with this is that this has the same style shifter that Honda is famous for. Very notchy, real easy to get into, and you're going to be confident in every single gear you go into. You never have to question yourself as to what gear you're in. I want you guys to take a look and check out the new style that Honda is actually putting out with their screens. It's all touchscreen now. So on here, we have the radio going. I can just tune around, play with the different radio stations I want. The volume control, right up top over here, all touchscreen. Your menu button, everything in this case is actually touchscreen. Even when you get to the climate, go right into the climate control. Control it all different ways. Now Honda hasn't spared any expense to make sure that these screens work very well. So I honestly wouldn't expect any glitching or any issues like that. I've been using it for quite a while and it's really been great. As you can see, dual climate controls, which is great. I know in some cases, whenever you're driving around with somebody, somebody might be a lot hotter than somebody might be a lot colder. Don't have to worry about trying to get it in that same range. Passengers can have their side set up, you can have your own side set up. And as well as seat warmers. We're getting into the winter months, guys. So I know sometimes that might be a concern for some people, or if some of these vehicles had like a winter package or anything like that. I know a lot of the more streeter or the racier guys might not like this, but Honda has now implemented an electronic parking brake on this car as well. Really simple to use. Press on the brake, pull up to engage. You press down to disengage, and you actually feel it within the foot pedal itself. And now for those that have noticed, you have a sport button. So when you press on the sport button, you're gonna notice a couple things on the cluster itself. As you can see, with the sport mode, you're actually putting the suspension into a sport setting. What's cool with the Civic SI is it actually has adaptive shocks and struts. In this case, it'd be all struts around. That allows the vehicle to get a lot stiffer. So in case for those that do want to take it out to the track, you are able to actually put the vehicle in a lot more of a racing mode that allows you to get better track times, or even some of those that want that sport feel even on the road. It's definitely possible. Real easy. You just go on, press the sport button. It will show you it's off, and when you turn it on, just again to show you guys, notice the red illuminated lights that go up on the sides as well. Now keep in mind, everybody, this is a fully digital dash. So there's no more needles, as you can see with the fuel gauge showing you whether how high or how low the gas is, as well as with how hot the engine is. It's all digital. So now one other thing I do want you guys to notice is that for those that are asking about this weird black fibrous trim around on the center console, it's actually carbon fiber. In this case, Honda put on a carbon fiber look around the vehicle to give it more of that racer feel, since it's actually pretty well known. So you do have a carbon fiber trim finish all around the vehicle. So now keep in mind, guys, this is the SI Coupe. So the trunk space is going to be a lot smaller, but still there's more than enough space to be able to put a lot of your things in there. And what's cool with the rear seats, it's a 60-40 split. So we all know it. When you buy the coupe, you're not really gonna have people riding in the back. Put the seats down, you can throw a lot of stuff in here. There's still a lot of space that's available with just the SI. You know, check it out, guys. 5'6", about average height, a little bit of a big dude, but I fit perfectly in the back right here. More than enough leg room. Seats in the back are actually pretty nice. Now keep in mind with the SI, the focus is that racer look and that racer feel. So in this case, you won't have the leather in here. But like I said, you're not really gonna have most people riding out back on here. So you'll be all right. You got the cup holders here on each side. Here's the first turbo engine from Honda. Again, with the Earth Dream technology, they're sparing no expense. Actually putting that brand new technology into these cars, so you get that fit form that everybody's looking for. Now again, this is the first turbo model made by Honda. So no modification, this is completely 100% stock. Direct injected, turbo, tiny little thing. It's a TD03 for those gearheads that want to know the style of turbo that it is. It is a TD03 turbo, so it is a smaller turbo. So you get a lot of that mid-range torque. So it's no longer like the old school SIs where all the power would be right up above on the rev range, but you're actually right in the middle where you'll be getting that 192 foot-pounds of torque pushing you forward. As you guys can kind of tell, I'm really excited with this car because I'm a huge speed freak, as they say. So now we have everything here at Commonwealth Motors to take care of you: Honda, Volkswagen, Nissan, Kia, and Chevy. This is Andy signing off. Come and shop us last.